I'm joined by lovely Sarah, and we are live over on Facebook, YouTube, and over on Instagram. And already an early bird, someone is already active. Good afternoon, Sam Davies over on Facebook.
How are you, Sam? I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Happy Monday.
I know, happy Monday. I said this is a Catalyst Live on a Monday, which is out of our usual schedule, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, not usual for us to go live on Monday, but good to be here with you today. And I can see we've got, is it Laura Ford joining us on Instagram, and Melissa as well joining us on Instagram. So thanks guys for joining us. Really lovely to have you with us. I'm faffing around as usual trying to get my camera angle right on Instagram and on Facebook at the same time. That's why I'm shuffling around a bit. Rebecca just seems to nail it every time, and every time I'm like, I'm not tall enough here and I'm too tall here. So
no, let's share, actually, Sarah. Let's share with them the trick though, right? Because there's a difference between why Sarah and I are in different positions. So I am sitting clearly because of my bump, and my bump is like pushing on the table right now. And Sarah stands actually, which is a really great method for her to kind of like just keep active and reduce all the pains of the bodies, right?
Yeah, no, it's really good. I love my standing desk, but because we go live on Facebook and on YouTube via StreamYard doesn't yet connect to Instagram, so we have to stream separately to Instagram, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. But anyway, enough about us and our backgrounds.
We're sharing the tips and the tricks though, so people don't think that we have it all figured out all the time.
We've got hair by Sophie joining as well, so lovely to have you here with us. And yeah, great. Okay, so we're talking about confidence today, and somebody else is on Facebook. I can't see who you are, but afternoon, good to see you. We're going to talk about confidence today. You're going to be giving this a go tomorrow, Sam. Good luck with it. Sam's going to try the whole streaming on Instagram, Facebook at the same time thing tomorrow. Yeah, you'll be great.
So we are talking about confidence impacts us all. And we had a really detailed conversation and discussion about this last week. And we were like, oh my gosh, we need to go live and talk to you guys about this. But before we jump straight into our live, if this is the first time that you've come across our faces over on your screens, over on your phones, we wanted to introduce ourselves to you. So we are Sarah and Rebecca. We're both ICF transformation coaches and neuro-linguistic programming practitioners, and we also specialize in behavior and personality profiling. And we are the coaching catalysts combined, and we work with female entrepreneurs, female professionals, helping them to live life to their absolute fullest, helping them to have that lovely balance and work on their mindset, and also on their well-being as well. So we work with professionals in corporate organizations, in businesses, but we also work with individuals as well. And we absolutely love what we do. So if you are watching and you're first coming across us, we'd love to know a bit more about you as well. Like, what do you do? Where are you based? And what do you love the most in your life at the moment? So why are we talking about confidence impacts us all, Sarah?
Well, because confidence impacting us all is such a big topic for all of us, but also because we have got our Find Your Brave live event coming up in November. So I think we'll probably wait till the end of this to tell you more about that, and we'll get cracking on talking about confidence first of all. So confidence, when I was a kid, definitely, and probably when I was a young adult, I used to think that confidence was fixed. I used to think that either you were confident or you were not confident, and that's just how the world was. And actually, you wouldn't believe it now, but I was actually very shy as a child and as a teenager. I was.
I wouldn't
I know.
believe it, Sarah. Wouldn't
Rebecca's
believe it
actually
at all.
laughing out loud. She's actually laughing in my face when I say that. You wouldn't believe it now, but I was very shy. And it's over the years and with time and with focus that I have increased my confidence by being brave, right? By saying, I'm not going to stay the same and I'm going to take myself out of my comfort zone and I'm going to put myself into situations which challenge me. Because although I was shy, I wasn't that confident, I've always had stuff to say. And I guess what I've realized over time, even looking back to when I was at school, actually, I was like, well, if I want to be in the debating club or if I want to do the stuff that I want to do, then I have to have the confidence to get myself out there and make my voice heard and say what I'm going to say. And actually, if that means having to stand up in front of people and talk about that, then that means I'm going to have to grow my confidence. So I did, and my confidence was good in the context of the job that I did, which was teaching. And then when I left teaching, people started asking me to come and talk about my coaching work. And they were like, can you come to our group? Can you just come and do a talk for us about the work that you do? And I'd say, yeah, I'd love to. Of course I would. It was a great way for me to get my first clients. But I felt really, really nervous. And I said to my husband, I said, I think I'm going to have to do some work on my confidence and on my speaking. Because although I can speak, I don't want to feel like this every time I go to an event or every time I go to a networking or every time I do this. It takes too much energy away from me. And actually, it takes the enjoyment away as well from what I'm doing if I feel really nervous every single time. So more recently, since qualifying as a coach and starting my business, I've worked even harder on my confidence and continue to do so that I can do the stuff that I love, but I can feel the energy that I want to feel as well and not feel like this is, it's good to kind of feel challenged or to be outside of your comfort zone, but it's not good to feel stressed and and like you don't want to do it, to feel fear to the point of, feeling sick and feeling like you don't want to do it. So that's been my confidence journey. What about you, Rebecca?
So thank you for sharing that, by the way, because it's always nice to get to know a bit more about you as we work closer and closer together, right? And I wouldn't have assumed that you wasn't very confident, younger version of Sarah, because you come across so confident, but I know how hard you've worked on that in the years that we've known each other. So well done on that.
Thank you.
Me, what would I say? I probably have masked my lack of confidence by, I guess, putting on this, I don't know, I wouldn't say, I don't know, let's say alter ego. So I was always very chatty. And I was always the person, I guess, that would put their hand up for things, even at school, and volunteer to do things and be confident enough, I guess, to step forward. But I think I've always been, and as you know, the person that's always pushed through. So despite that feeling of nervousness and anxiety, I've always pushed through. And I remember even from secondary school, always being nervous to go into exams, but always doing it, like never, ever not doing it. And I guess I take my hat off to my parents for that, because it was never really an option for me not to do it. So I had to find my brave somehow. In adulthood, would I say that I continue to push through? Yes. So I remember in teaching, even for staff meetings and staff briefings, people would ask me to do something and I would honestly feel so unwell, like physically feel really unwell. I would heat up. My body would like heat up. I'd go into like sweats. I would shake my leg. I feel like I would feel like I'm falling over, but I would still do it. Because I think I knew that the after result or the after effect from that would be that I did it, that I accomplished something. So I think I always pushed myself back to or forward into what would I feel like once it's done. And I always knew that whatever was processed in my mind was worse than actually whatever did eventually happen.
Right.
Scary, right?
Yeah.
But actually, I'm really proud of that now that I'm explaining that and sharing that with you.
Absolutely.
I'm just reading Laura's comment over here on Instagram, which says, recently graduated from the Coaching Academy. So congratulations to
Yes,
you.
Congratulations, well done.
Launching my coaching business. This is a great live event because I feel like an imposter. That feeling is the same feeling that we all feel at some certain point in our lives. When was the last time, Sarah, that you felt like an imposter, or the time that you can remember?
Oh my goodness. Do you know what? Actually, interestingly, not recently, but I will share with you. I went in to do some corporate coaching with UBS Investment Bank. And the first time that I did that, I was ironically going in to do training on confidence and imposter syndrome. And I got there and I got to this massive building and I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so big and intimidating. And what are these women going to be like? And, you know, who do I think I am? I've been a teacher all my life and now I'm a coach and I've never even set foot inside a bank. Like, what are they going to think? And so I was sitting outside and I had to do all of that work, had to do all of that kind of self-talk, that confidence and that imposter syndrome work on myself before I went in to do the training. And do you know what it is? For me, I talk to my imposter. If you haven't heard me talk about this before, I am slightly crazy, but it works for me. I have a character for my imposter. I call him Brian. And I know that Brian's like looking out for me and he's like, you know, he's like, come on, Sarah, don't do these crazy things. You'd be better at home, sitting on the sofa, eating a packet of biscuits. And I say to Brian, my imposter, I'm like, Brian, it's cool. My life is not in danger. I've got this. And when I've had a little chat with Brian and settled him down and known that he's got my back, but I'm going to be okay, that really, really helps me. So that's where, when my imposter comes up, and it does come up, it hasn't for a while, but it does come up from time to time, that really, really helps me to settle Brian down and to step, like you say, Rebecca, step into your brave. And that's such an admirable quality, to know it's scary, but to step into it and feel the fear and do it anyway.
We're gonna have to bring Brian to our live event in November.
Brian's
You're gonna have to bring Brian along.
Yeah. Tell us about your imposter.
When did I feel like an imposter? Oh, do you know what? The feeling of imposter comes up quite a lot for me, actually. But again, I have to remind myself of my skills and my own qualities, right? So I would probably say the most recent time. Oh, do you remember we did that? It was an imposter syndrome talk for the NHS Women in Intensive Care.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And actually, we did something for the ICF the other week. But we sat there and we're like, oh my gosh, like, who are we?
Yeah.
These are
who do we think we are?
Medical specialists, and we're talking to them about their brain and how it's wired and how that works. And the greatest thing from that is we were like, do you know what? We know our stuff. You know, this is what we do. And we know that we can help people to kind of not feel that feeling of imposter, and we can help them to enhance not only their career prospects, but their personal well-being too. So we did it. And the best part of that was the feedback that we received afterwards. And that's always key for us, right? Getting that feedback and looking at where we can grow, where we can develop, but also people's biggest takeaways, people's biggest aha moments. So I guess I feel it when I wouldn't say intimidated by other people's level of success, but like, I think I feel it when I'm in a room with people that I'm probably, a little bit intimidated by. I'm not going to say I'm not intimidated by a doctor or a medical specialist, but we all can feel that at some point. But I guess it's always just about doing it.
That's it. It is. It's feeling that fear and doing it, isn't it? And keeping your eye on how you're going to feel afterwards. And also keeping your eye on who are the people that need to hear the message or the teaching or whatever it is, the service that you bring to the world. And it's worth putting yourself through some discomfort so that you can serve in the way that you want to serve. And I think that's definitely something that motivates both of us, isn't it?
The greatest learning for me is that two people can say the same thing, 5 people can say the same thing, but an individual might not hear it in those 5 different ways. And it may be that one person that says it in a particular way, which resonates with that person. And so we can all support each other in various different ways, but it's that voice, right? It's that voice and the way that voice comes across that can really resonate with somebody. Laura has said so true, making it about them and how we know we can support. I need to keep reminding myself, as I know I have the competence. Oh, 100%. And over time, right, if we learn about the competence and confidence matrix, over time, we know that as we develop and as we continue to grow and continue to put ourselves out there, we will become more competent and more confident in our skills.
Exactly that. Yeah.
God, loads of stuff. We've got loads of people joining us as well. So please feel free to let us know when confidence has impacted you and what you've done about it, or your biggest learning and takeaway from our live. Another thing we spoke about last week, Sarah, was that not everyone will associate themselves with a lack of confidence.
Yes, that's interesting. Can I just say as well, I'm really grateful Rebecca can remember what we talked about last week, because I can't remember anything from last week. So this, thank goodness we were in partnership, because you can.
And I'm the one who's expecting a baby here, so
yeah.
baby brain, like that's a myth.
Yeah,
No,
right. And who knows what my excuse is, but there we go. We'll work with it. We'll do what we can. Okay. So we were talking last week about sometimes we might not associate ourselves with a lack of confidence. Now that's interesting. And what we were saying last week was actually that can happen when we're in a situation where we feel comfortable, where maybe we've been doing the same thing for a long time. And so we haven't needed to increase our confidence because we haven't needed to step out of our comfort zone. Now, that's interesting for two reasons. One is because when we stay in our comfort zone becomes smaller. So take the pandemic as an example. Pre-pandemic, I didn't used to think twice about hopping on a train and going into London. Now, if I get on a train, it's getting better now with time, but I'm like, oh my goodness, where am I going? Have I got my wallet? Have I got my phone? Have I got what I need? Because it feels uncomfortable leaving my comfort zone of my kind of immediate vicinity still. Weirdly. So that's the first thing. I tell you, I'm losing track of what I'm saying. That's the first thing. The second thing is that it's so important to not allow our confidence to shrink. But the second thing is, it's so important as well to recognize that when we step into a new situation, generally speaking, we need to grow our confidence because we need to step into a new situation, be a different version of ourselves, and that usually stretches us, and that's usually where work on confidence comes up. So it might be that we're thinking, I'd like to make a change. I'd like to go for promotion. I'd like to grow my business. I'd like to maybe move from being in employment into being in business. And in order to do that, I know that I'm going to need to grow my confidence. And so if so, then this event, Find Your Brave Live, is absolutely for you, because it's in that place of growth where we go from the comfort zone into the stretch zone that we need to figure out how we're going to get those tools to grow our confidence. I see Sunday Walnut on Facebook. The more you do something, the more you grow in your confidence. Exactly that. It's like I always say, it's like a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it gets, the easier it gets. So, Rebecca, at Find Your Brave Live, we're super, super excited because we know we've planned an amazing event. Let's just give everybody a little bit of a taste about what they're going to get, what the outcomes are going to be from attending.
So we run one live event a year, and so this is our November event. Why are we doing it so in advance? Well, I'm going off on maternity leave soon, so we're getting in there and getting organised, but also so that you guys have that opportunity to consider whether this is right for you, and have that opportunity as well to pay for it as well, right? We don't want to rush into making decisions. So what do we get? We get the experience to, one, explore what bravery is and the power of bravery. And this is what Sarah was saying. If we stay in our comfort zone, we don't know what it feels like to be in our stretch zone and to be in our panic zone. To come into this event, we will actually challenge you in a nice and nurturing way. Don't be scared. We'll keep you safe. How it feels to be in those different zones, and allow you to have the opportunity to audit your confidence as well in those different areas of your life. Then we love a bit of creativity. So it won't be a kind of sit down, be quiet, shut up kind of event. We're not those types of people. We love to get people to engage and to talk and to network and to get to know each other. So we'll get you to be creative and create this compelling vision of who you are when you are at your most confident. And there have definitely been opportunities in your life where you've been able to experience that. So we'd love you to showcase that as well with us. Then we'll give you our Catalyst Confidence Toolkit. So we'll give you some strategies on helping you to step into your brave. And we always, always, always love to end our events with some action taking. So coming together to commit on what action we're going to take to uplevel our confidence. So we are so looking forward to this. It's in November on the 11th. It's 10 till 4. It's in a lovely hotel in London in Canary Wharf. And it is available to everyone to attend. So women that are not just in business, but also professional women as well, but women that identify themselves as, I need to work on my confidence. And by doing so, it will help me to feel more able to step out of my brave and into kind of new experiences, challenge myself, and also be able to meet some of the targets and goals that we set for ourselves as well. So the early bird actually ends tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. So if you are watching and you're thinking, do you know what, this is for me, then feel free to click on the link that I'm going to put on the screen in a second for you guys over on Facebook and Instagram. And for those people that are over on Instagram, just check on the link in the bio. And it's available at 247 as an early bird for those people that are not in our membership. If you are interested in joining our membership, feel free to also DM us for that as well. And you can get a little bit of a discount on your ticket price. And also, if you feel that you're probably struggling just a little bit at the moment, like, you know, most people are with the cost of living, let us know and we will send you a special link for our 3-step payment process, which means you can split the payment into 3. So I think that's it.
I think that is it. I'm just going to add before we go, because I can say this with confidence,
Go
that
for
although
it.
we don't run events very often, just because of the time and energy, to be honest, that it takes to run live events. We are really, really good at planning and running events. And I think one of the reasons we're really, really good is because those of you who don't know us might not know, we have a combination of 30 years teaching experience as secondary English teachers. We're both trainers for leading coach training organizations, as well as the work that we do as coaches and NLP practitioners. So when we plan an event, I'm really proud of the fact that we do such a good job doing that. So if you come along, you will leave feeling amazing and having learned and experienced so much. And the second thing that I would say about that is I'm very, very proud of the community that we have. The ladies in our community and the ladies in our membership are phenomenal and lovely, welcoming, lovely, generous people. So if you're thinking, oh gosh, I don't know if I want to go by myself, come along, because I promise you will be well looked after. They're absolutely wonderful, aren't they, Rebecca?
Yeah, definitely. And not to forget, you'll leave feeling fed and full.
And this is really important to Rebecca. The food is always like, we have to feed everybody really well. They have to feel really, it's really important.
You have to feel really cared for and looked after. So all of your food and your drinks and your refreshments are included. So let us know if you're interested. Don't miss out on the early bird tomorrow. But message us if you need anything. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here with us. And I think we'll let you get on with your week now.
Cool. Okay. Have a great week, everybody. Take care. See you all soon. Thanks for being here. Bye.